find best quarterbacks in that conference, and they've played the last couple of years, and to Lamar Jackson's point, he's lost both of those head-to-heads. Now, with them being the best teams in the American Conference, we automatically put them into a rivalry category because of the Peyton Mannings, because of those type of games that we were able to see happen in those duels take place within the playoffs. That has to happen. I think he wants to win. His team needs to win for it to be a true rivalry in his eyes. But it is definitely a rivalry when you have two of the best colliding.
I agree, Greg. I went Brady Manning here, Nick. Look, Brady started out 6-0, and then it ended up 11-6. We went 5-6 for the back half. I think this is a good rivalry, Nick.
Yeah, I think it could be, but to me, my answer is this is list-worthy. Our great statistician, Dustin Waite, came up with an idea. I'm taking it as my own. Look into the crystal ball. What are going to be the best quarterback rivalries of the next decade? We know what they have been. What about the ones coming up? So top fives are whack. Let's do a top six. Number 6, two guys that have actually played in the playoffs. How about Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson? I think those are two of the 6 best quarterbacks in football right now. They're both obviously young, same draft class. Over the next decade, I think that's your 6th best quarterback rivalry. Number 5, we now go interdivision. How about Baker Burrow? A little, two woebegone franchises, number 1 overall picks. I'm still buying Baker Mayfield stock, even though I wouldn't have taken Burrow number 1. I like him a ton as a player. So Baker Burrow, if AFC North supremacy, or at least trying to catch up with Lamar. Listen, Jenna, you wait for the next reveal and you'll see why he doesn't have legs. Number 4, Jenna out here critiquing Photoshop. You don't even know how Photoshops work.
What?
You'll figure it out in a moment. Jenna, number 4. Tua versus Darnold. Now, this is maybe a little more credit than Sam Darnold deserves, but speaking of other great producers, we have Sam Pepper. He threatened to quit the show if I didn't include Darnold on this. AFC East up for grabs. Josh Allen, Tua versus Darnold. It's going to be what determines the AFC East over the next decade. Certainly ain't going to be, if we were doing the bottom quarterback rivalries of the next decade, Stidham versus Josh Allen would come in at 38. All right, number 3. Now we get to the good stuff. The most veteran person on the list. See, that's why he doesn't have legs, Jenna. He didn't need legs. Russell Wilson's in front of him. Kyler against Russ. You might say, Russ is going to play for the next decade. You're damn straight. Russ is going to play for the next decade. Kyler, another number 1 overall pick. That's number 3. Number 2. For Fox purposes, they hope this would be number 1. NFC East, Dak wins. Let's assume Dak gets signed. We know Dak, even legless, is bothering Jenna, that Dak has actually won a playoff game. Carson's team has won a Super Bowl, but he didn't play in it. I think that'll be a great rivalry over the next decade. And Wild's number 1, of course, is Lamar against Patrick. The 2 reigning MVPs, the 2 best teams in football going into this year. Wilds, that's my impromptu top 6. It's amazing, even though I did that off the top of my head, that we had those graphics ready for it. Your take on that top 6, next decade QB rivalries.
Well, I think it's good. I think you missed one, because I also called Dustin in our Photoshop team. Boom! The rivalry of the next decade of the future of the NFL. Stidham versus Mahomes. When do we play, Nick? Not week 3. Is it week 3? Week 3. Watch Jarrett the Javelin Stidham come into Kansas City and knock off the defending Super Bowl champs.
Hey,
Week
Nick,
3 is Chiefs, Ravens, Lions. Check the schedule.
So what do I got week 3?
On to the Bucs now. Their offensive coordinator, Byron Leftwich, was asked about his new quarterback, Tom Brady, who, by the way, is 2 years older than Byron, and said, quote, I think the greatest challenge is this. Brady's been somewhere for 20 years. Nick, Leftwich's comments on Brady are blank.
Half truth.